This call has a lot of content, and it's going to take me just a second to get through this man's accolades because he is a rock star, and I'm so excited to have him on the call. Jeff Armbruster has been a coach since 2009. He runs Team Sparty, which has over 15,000 coaches in it. He's a Success Club legend. He won the CEO award at my very first summit in 2009. And so I remember that, like seeing him on stage, trying to figure out what Beachbody was all about. And the CEO award is voted on by your team and your peers. So that's a huge one to win at Beachbody. He is a dad of 2 and married his high school sweetheart. He lives in Michigan. He is a multi-year elite coach. He is a member of the Millionaires Club in Beachbody. He also has the Financial Freedom Award, which is another one of the, I think, the best awards Beachbody gives out. I also saw him shred his mortgage on stage at Summit. And I don't know about any of you guys, but if you had a chance to live completely debt-free because of Beachbody and shred your mortgage, that would be a pretty amazing thing to feel. So he is one of the few that has done that. He's also an alumni of the Coach Advisory Board, which kind of is our advocate between corporate and the coaches. And so he has had so much experience within Beachbody. We're really lucky to have him on this call. And he's also a volume guru. Like, people, if you talk volume, there's about 3 guys in the company that come to mind, and Jeff is one of them. So I'm so happy to have him on the call, and I'm going to let him take it away. Thank you so much, Jeff.
All right, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Awesome. Okay. So let me ask a couple questions first, just so I have an idea. The call tonight, is it primarily some of your rock stars who already understand the whole concept of getting to Emerald, understand the value of signing a spouse, and the volume and rank thing that I go hand in hand with? Really, I kind of start at assuming everybody's got a goal to be diamond or had that diamond mentality already. I mean, I can go back farther, or do you want me to start at that diamond and beyond?
No, this is the whole team, but they know Emerald and they know the spouse support. And if they don't, we have training on that. So we would love to get into the nitty gritty.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, I appreciate the opportunity to come on the call, and a little embarrassed by the introduction because I'm a very low key guy. I'll tell you guys, you know, when you sit there and you hear about all the different things that I've accomplished over the last, I'm an old man here, like since 2008, I've been a customer. 2009, I've decided to become a coach. Long story short, you know, like most of you, I kind of joined for the discount. I didn't have any aspirations to build a great big business because I thought I was secure. I thought I was happy. I had somewhere around 14 years at the time with a big telecommunications company that starts with an A and ends with a T and has a T in the middle. So, I mean, I had been there most of my work life, and I thought that's where I was going to retire from. And then this little thing called Beachbody comes along, and Power 90, God, I'm really dating myself. Power 90. Not the new P90. I'm talking about the original Power 90 with Tony's little short shorts and everything. You know, that changed my life. P90X followed it. And then Jason, my coach, Jason Diebold, who's one of the other big guys in this company that I learned everything from in regards to making volume. He says, hey, you want to be a coach? And I said, no, I don't really want to be a coach. I just, you know, want to help people and do my thing. He's like, but you've already been helping so many other people. So long story short, I became a coach for the discount, and it just kind of exploded from there because I love what the concept of this company was. We get to help people out, and we get rewarded and paid for it. I mean, how amazing is that, right? That we get paid to do this. But as you get farther along in your coaching career, as you guys take this a little bit more seriously and start to realize this can be more than just mad money, okay? This can be more than just making a few bill payments here, or you know, paying for my kids' soccer or basketball or my daughter's dance. When you realize that this can actually replace the income that I have right now, and I can stay at home with my family, and I can be there at 3:30 or 3 o'clock and pick up my kids every day, and I can make the house payment from this and eventually save enough money as your business grows and pay your house off. when that starts to get into your mind, you really have to start understanding the comp plan. I think that's what Chelsea kind of wants me to hit on, because the comp plan is that gigantic document you guys probably all have glanced over when only you needed to. It's something you all, and I'm not being funny here, although it's going to come off as funny, it's something that I would recommend printing off and putting in the bathroom, okay? Because we all read in the bathroom. I don't care who you are. I would recommend printing that large document off, or at least putting it on your iPad or somewhere in a PDF form and reading it, because it's everything in this business. If you don't understand how the comp plan works, you are never going to build your business to its full potential. Jason told me to do that early on, and I did. I read the comp plan. I understand what rank meant to my income. I understand what volume meant to my income. And make no mistake, guys, understanding rank is one thing, and talking to Chelsea before a little bit through inbox, I know that most of you probably understand the rank topic, you know, from Emerald to Ruby, the forgotten rank of Ruby, to Diamond, to 1-star and beyond. But there are going to be so many aha moments on this call that you guys are going to say, you know, I did not realize that. I did not realize that. Maybe I should read the comp plan. But rank and volume go together. So understanding rank is great, but if you don't understand volume and how it relates to rank, you're always going to not understand why you're not making the income that you think that you deserve or you could deserve. You have to think of rank and volume in this way. So rank is like the ceiling in a room, okay? Picture a room, and every time you rank advance, the ceiling goes a little bit higher in your room. The difference of having a 6-foot ceiling that you can barely jump and having a 15-foot ceiling when you hit 15-star diamond. But you can have the biggest room in the world, but if you don't have anybody to fill that room, when I say anybody, I'm talking about volume. Volume is the people that fill that room. If you don't have enough people in your room, who gives a crap if you're a 10-star diamond when you're making a diamond income? Rank and volume go together. Too many people focus on, man, how many people, by show of hands, I'm gonna put the little full view on here for those of you that are brave enough to show your face and after your sweaty workouts and all that stuff. How many of you on the call here think that 15-star diamond is the pinnacle of this company? Chelsea, you taught them very well. That's impressive. I can't see all the pages, but I don't think I saw one person raise their hand, and I applaud that. 15-star is wonderful. 15-star is a great achievement. Some of my best friends, one of my best friends, my success partner, Mindy Wender, is a 15-star. You know, I was on cab with some 15-star diamonds, and it's an incredible achievement. But at some point in your guys' coaching career, you're going to have to make what I call the 15-star decision. Am I going for 15-star and I call recognition, or am I going to go for multiple business centers that are 2 to 5-star and higher and additional income that's going to really help me and my family? There's nothing wrong with either one. I want to say that again. There's nothing wrong with either one. You're really kind of driven by two things in this business. You're driven by recognition or certainty. Okay, and I think most of you are going to say, you know what, he's right. I either like to be recognized. I like when Chelsea says my name on a call for a rank advance or kicking ass on this team cup or whatever. I love recognition. There's nothing wrong with that. Or I want certainty in my life. Certainty is the growing income that you guys hopefully will make over the coming weeks to months to years. But the reality of it is you have to figure out what side of the fence you lie on. And there's kind of a mixture of both. You can actually sit square on the top of the fence and lean toward recognition sometimes and lean toward certainty in another. And this is coming from somebody who's gotten a lot of recognition from this company. But I would tell every single one of you, it's never been any recognition that I've sought out. There was only really one award that I really went after, and it's something that I wanted so bad. I wanted that recognition because it kind of the reward for that, the end goal of this recognition was the certainty in income, and that was a Financial Freedom Award. Chelsea mentioned it at the start. To me, that is better than the CEO award. I'm very proud of the CEO award. It's given by Carl Deichler. That must mean I was doing something in his eyes that was good. But the reality of it is the Financial Freedom Award, when it was announced, I don't know if any of you were at the leadership event a couple years back, well, 3 years back now, when Jeff Hill was up on stage in Dana Point, California, Laguna Beach, and basically said, we got this new award, a new set of awards coming out, financial independence, financial fitness, and financial freedom. And he gave the definition of what all those were. And I remember texting my regional rep, Arno Nakaha, and Jeff Hill in a group text. Jeff was still on freaking stage, and I was texting him. And I said, this one's going to be mine. This one I want. And I done everything I could, working my business smart, actually spending 2 to 4 hours each day on my business, creating to-do lists over the next year, because I didn't want the financial independence. I didn't want the financial freedom, or the financial, I wanted the financial freedom. I wanted the one that meant that my house, my cars, my bills, everything was paid off. And because of Beachbody, I wasn't that far away. I just needed something to push me over the edge. So my goal became financial freedom. And I worked my butt off for the next several months to save enough money to pay off my house and shred the mortgage that Chelsea alluded to at the start of the call. And that was one of the greatest feelings in the world, looking out and knowing that, okay, if something were to happen to me on the way home now, in a flight or something, and it was my time, my wife and my kids had a house that was paid off and no bills. That is the end game as a coach. That is the best recognition that you can get. Being able to look your loved one in the eye, or your kids in the eye, and never have to tell them, no, we can't take this vacation. No, we can't purchase, the nicer clothes from that store. We have to go here. That is the best feeling and the best recognition that you guys can go after. And that is why understanding rank and volume are so freaking important. Getting into rank and volume a little bit, and just to kind of set up, where this is all going. Most people understand that rank and volume go together, because without a certain rank, you're not going to earn a certain amount of money no matter how many people you have in your room. So you could be a diamond with 2,500 personally sponsored coaches and a huge downline because of it, but if you're not at least 6 or 7-star diamond, you're going to throw money away every single week because you're capped. Everybody kind of understand how Beachbody does that with the capping rule. To give you an idea, just we'll go briefly over it. Anybody know, by anybody brave enough to unmute your mic and can tell me how much money can a Emerald coach make in cycle bonuses each week? I see someone.
$250, right?
$250. Awesome, Christy. So that's what basically coaches can make, is $250 as an Emerald coach. Ruby coaches can make up to $1,000. Diamond coaches can make up to $2,000 each week. Now, there's not too many diamond coaches making $2,000 a week unless they have a deep downline and a lot of love from above. What I mean by love from above, you have a coach and team above you that is actually putting coaches under you on a daily, weekly basis. So diamond coaches can make $2,000, and then it goes in increments of 2 all the way up to a certain point. And that's what I'm going to quiz you guys. So, 1-star diamonds can make $3,000. 2-star diamonds can make $4,000. 5-star diamonds can make $7,000. 9-star diamonds can make $11,000. 10-star diamonds can make $12,000 a week. So how much can a 11-star diamond make? If a 10-star can make $12,000, how much can an 11-star make? Somebody shoot it out. Okay, just give me a yes.
Same, right? 11.
Okay.
Yeah. Doesn't it stop?
That's, whoever said that is another awesome person, because yes, the comp plan quits paying you at 10-star. So if you are a 11-star diamond coach thinking you're going to get another raise, you're not. The comp, write this down, the comp plan quits paying you at 10-star in that business center. So the question I get all the time from people is, well, why do people go to 11, 12, 13, 14 and the coveted 15-star diamond? Why do they do it? That's a good question. I can't answer that. Only that person can answer that. That person maybe is set up in a way where they have the balance in their business center where 15 can happen organically, and it's going to happen organically because they're such a kick-ass coach. They're developing all their PS coaches so well that 15 may happen. My view and my opinion is 15-star diamond is great, but I want it for me. I'm not speaking for everybody, but I want it for me to happen organically. I'm not shooting for 15-star diamond. I'm shooting for multiple business centers to be at 9 or 10-star diamond. Okay, now I get the question all the time, well, which is it? Do you want it at 9 or 10? Well, write this down. In our comp plan, 9-star is the sweet spot. 10-star is the ultimate, okay? The reason I say that 9 is the sweet and 10 is the ultimate is because of the whole balance thing. In order to be a 2-star diamond, you have to have 1 and 1, correct? On each leg, right? In order to be 5 stars, you have to be 3 and 2 or 2 and 3. You have to have at least 2 diamonds on one leg, and then the third one can be on either leg. They require balance. In order to be 10-star, which is the ultimate, you have to have 5 and 5. You know how hard it is to create 5 and 5 to be a 10-star diamond? Most people will jump from 7 or 8-star to 11 or 12 because finally when they have that 5th star on that side, they've got a bunch of diamonds on the other leg and it shoots them up even higher. To get to 10-star and build just 5 and 5, you are a god if you're able to do that. It is very, very difficult, but I do know coaches who have been just that good to be able to do that. 9-star is the sweet spot for the coaches who aren't going necessarily for 15-star, but they still want to continue to make great income. There's only $1,000 a week difference between a 9 and 10-star diamond. But the most incredible thing between 9 and 10-star is you can be totally unbalanced as a 9-star diamond. You can have 2 coaches on your left leg and 7 on your other leg and be a 9-star diamond coach. Okay? That means you're still making up to $11,000 if you have enough people in your room. Remember how I said volume was the people in your ceiling room? If you have enough people in your ceiling room, aka your downline on both of your legs contributing, you can make up to $11,000 and have unbalanced legs. That is where a lot of leaders in this business probably would tell you that they're at in a position in their business. They have one leg that is a lot bigger than the other week to week. Now, that is not a bad thing. It's not the best situation, but you can't look at it as a bad thing. The reality of it is sometimes this business, no matter how hard you try to keep your legs even, it will grow away from you just because you're such a good coach and you develop your team so well. A lot of people are popping up. You know, if you kind of go back to your early days as a coach and you look at your 2 legs, your left and right leg, you kind of got to look at your left and right leg as a branch in the dead of fall, early winter when you first start. Okay, it's kind of a bare branch. There's not a lot of blooms on it. You're struggling to keep any type of life on your branch alive as you know it gets colder and colder. Like winter happens, your branch just kind of doesn't do much. But when you start to really develop your business, you start to plug into your awesome uplines, you know, coach camps, and you're attending these calls on a weekly basis, and you're plugging in and you're treating this like a business, not like a fan club, really all in, then those legs start to turn into that beautiful tree or those branches in springtime. All of a sudden, all these little buds start to happen on each one of your legs, your left and right legs. And those buds are new teams forming within your own team, right? I bet you if I asked all of you, you guys all have your own team pages now, or a lot of you do. You're starting to develop your own team. You're starting to not branch off or go away from Chelsea in the greater upline, but you're starting to create your own team's identity. There's nothing wrong with that. That's all those little branches. That's all those little buds on your legs. So when I say that over the course of time, one leg will become stronger than the other, that's what we mean by strong and weak leg. That's what we mean by a power leg and a weaker leg. There's so many terminologies out there for it. But don't feel bad if that happens. Just do your best on the weaker leg to try to bring it closer to that strong leg. Because there is this ugly thing that Beachbody has in the comp plan called a master flush or carryover volume. A lot of people don't really understand what carryover volume is. by a show of hands, how many people have no idea what I'm talking about when I say carryover or master flush? Okay, so when you have a predominantly strong leg, a power leg, one that consistently is just crushing the other leg week to week, you can only cycle so much based on your weak leg. So let's just use an example. If you have, 10,000 volume points on your left leg and 5,000 volume points on your right leg, when that 5,000 has all its cycles at 100 at a time, which is still a great check that week, you basically balance that out perfectly, a 2-to-1 ratio where, the strong leg has to be 200 and the weak leg has to be 100. Everybody understands that, right? When you basically are at a situation where it's 2-to-1 like that, you basically emptied out both legs because the 200 comes from that 10,000 each week and the 100 comes from that 5,000 that week. That's the way it works, 200, 100. You've emptied those two buckets perfectly. But when you have one leg that's 25,000 and another leg that's 5, when that 5,000 has run its 100-point course, every 100 that it deducts is a $18 cycle bonus, right? That 25,000 has used its 200 to a certain point, but at the end of the week, there's a crap load of that left. That is unrealized income. That is unrealized volume, and it gets put into what's called a carryover bucket. And the carryover bucket can really only be seen in the previous office view. I've never really looked at it or know that if it's even in the new Coach Online office. And when I say the previous office view, again, I'm aging myself because that was the very first Beachbody office before this beautiful Coach Online office, which we see crash a lot on Wednesdays. But the previous office view is still what I use primarily in my business. I'm an old school, old fart in this business, and that is the most reliable office of our two. But if you click on your volume, you'll see a category in there called carryover volume. That is basically a bank of dollars that Beachbody is contributing to each week for unused volume on that strong leg. And that is all money that you guys will be able to cash in on when and if you're able to get your weak leg to either match or overtake the strong leg. Then you'll start emptying that and you get additional cycles, additional money each week. But most coaches can never ever catch that strong leg once it takes off. I'm going to give you guys an example. Over the last 6 or 7 years, my strong leg on a weekly basis can sometimes reach somewhere around 250,000. Okay, now that's actually small compared to like Jason, my coach Jason, who's about $1.5 million each week. His strong leg. My strong leg's around 250,000, where my weak leg struggles to get somewhere in that 70, 75,000 range. It's not anywhere near the half. So I'm throwing a hell of a lot of volume into that carryover every single week. And as you get farther along in your business and as you start to cycle a lot more, I don't know the exact number, but after a certain amount of cycles or time, and this is the scary part, that carryover volume does what's called a master flush. It resets, okay? I think it leaves 5,000 in the carryover bucket, and it throws everything else away. It's literally throwing thousands of dollars in the trash. That is what's called a master flush. Every time I say it, I just shiver because that's thousands of dollars that you are basically throwing away. That is why, my whole point in this is, that is why you want to try to keep your legs as balanced as possible as you grow your business. Now, how many of you right now, by a show of hands, have legs every single week that are pretty even? Pretty even. Okay, so most of you are in that. Emma's bragging over there that she's got balanced legs, and that's great. But how many of you are?
Like one of the few things I did well.
That's great. That's awesome. You want your legs to fight for supremacy each week. But how many of you on the other side of it, where you have a predominantly strong leg that basically just dwarfs the other leg? That's the majority of us. That's me. That's somebody who's had financial freedom. That's somebody who's hit the Millionaires Club. You still can be very successful having master flushes. So don't be discouraged by that. Just know that you should always try to keep your legs as balanced as possible. And how do you do that? Well, you place your, and I've always hated this analogy because I don't want any way imply that I'm defining coaches as weak or strong. but we all in our business, when we're looking at signing up a coach, and I hope you guys have been taught this, you've been taught to put your stronger coaches that you think the coaches are going to be great in the business on your weak leg, right? And you put the coaches that you just don't know, or the discount coaches, which I hope a lot of you have tried to move away from over the course of time. But you put your discount coaches, or the ones that you know aren't going to build a business, on your strong leg. Is that the way you guys were all kind of taught? Right? By show of hands? That is why when you have a predominantly strong leg, over the course of time, you are going to want to put, those weak coaches in your mind that they first sign on when you make that judgment call on the strong side. You want to try to put as many coaches as possible on that weak leg to try to help catch it or keep them as balanced as possible. Now, you will be wrong as much as you're right when you're assigning coaches, and you're going to be right as much as you're wrong when you're signing your coaches, because that's just the way it works. Sometimes the biggest talkers, the ones that tell you they're going to be the best coach they ever had, end up quitting in 2 months or don't do nothing, right? And then those coaches of yours that you're just unsure of are the ones that are very quiet. Those are the ones that I've learned over the last 5 or 6 years to really make that, I kind of seen those coaches become the strong ones. They're taking it all in. They're studying it. So that's just what's going to happen in your business. Now, getting back to the 9 and 10 star decision, the way that I like to build my business centers, and I have a few CBCs, and hopefully everybody understands what I mean by a few CBCs, a few business centers. Just to recap, when you go 2-star diamond, Beachbody allows you to open additional business centers with your name attached to it. So kind of think of 2-star diamond as the birth of your mini-me, okay? I'm using an Austin Powers analogy there. When you reach 2-star diamond, Beachbody says, virtually, they shake your hand and says, you are truly serious about this business. We are going to allow you to open up another business center in your name. So when Chelsea hit 2-star diamond, Beachbody said, Chelsea, you can open up another Chelsea under yourself, or you, Chelsea, manage Chelsea. So basically, you get to create your own business center under yourself, and it's the quickest path to another diamond in your first business center, okay? So when you hit that 2-star diamond range, you open additional business centers, and then, again, in that second business center, when you reach 2-star diamond, you get to open up a third, and so on and so on. How many people, by a show of hands, know how many business centers you are allowed to open in this crazy thing we call coaching? Anybody want to venture a guess? You are allowed to have a total of 25 business centers with the same name. Is there any coaches in this company who have 25 business centers? No. I think the most I've heard is 6 or 7, which, I don't know that I want 25 business centers. I kind of have it as a long-term goal. When I say long-term, I'm talking long-term. It just seems to me like it would be nightmare to manage 25 business centers, because, as you may or may not know, with every new business center you open, that's an additional business center you have to manage. It's an additional email address you have to use to open it. So, for instance, I manage 5 different business centers in my house between me and my wife. Well, you can't have any more than one business center in any certain internet browser like Google Chrome. You try opening multiple business centers, it just keeps going back to the one you logged into before. So at any given time, I have Chrome, Firefox, Safari, Dolphin, and there's another one out there called Opera. I have 5 different browsers open on my computer so I can see all 5 business centers at the same time. So you have to have additional browsers, additional email addresses to open them. So it becomes kind of a nightmare to manage. But the beautiful thing about having multiple business center is that's an additional paycheck or direct deposit. Nobody gets paychecks, right? You guys all do direct deposit, right? No paychecks. That's bad because Beachbody charges you for those checks. But that's an additional direct deposit you get every single week for every additional business center that you have. The beautiful thing about it is you can build multiple business centers to 9-star diamond sweet spot and be able to make $11,000 per business center. How many people would like to have 3 business centers making $11,000 a week? That can happen, and I'm well on my way of seeing that happen for myself. But if you were to, and this is kind of where you have to, when you start to get to 5 and 6-star diamond, you really have to, and this is another thing to write down, when you get to that 5 and 6-star diamond range, you're welcome to the wall. you're welcome to the 5-star wall on Facebook with Michael and Carl and everybody. That's when you're really considered, Diamond was cool. This was like a neat little business. I'm making some good money. 2 stars where I like to say, this is starting to get a little bit serious. I'm starting to make more than just play money. This 2-star Diamond money is really something that I'm, seeing to be more than just paying just a few bills. Now it's starting to make my mortgage payment. But when you get to 5-star Diamond, that's where I like to say the shit just got real. That's where, you are basically saying to yourself, I could retire from this. I could do this full time. That's when you should start to make the decision. Am I going for recognition or am I going for certainty? That's where you start to make your decision. If I want to make great income for a long period of time, I need to start balancing these business centers. I need to now at 5-star Diamond concentrate on getting my second business center to 2-star Diamond or higher so I can open the third one. That's where you want to start looking at making your multiple business centers all Star Diamond business centers, with the ultimate goal of making all of them 5-star or higher. You have multiple business centers making 5-star or higher. You have more ability to make income than one coach who went for 15-star Diamond but doesn't have volume to realize it. What you have to understand is in the 15-star decision, I want you guys to call it that because that's what it is. When you make that 15-star decision, Diamonds 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Every Diamond past 10 that you have under you, you are giving to Beachbody for free. You don't get additional income from them unless you are talented enough, and then you're almost forced to continue to put more diamonds there to keep your 15-star rank, right? But if you're talented enough to keep 15 diamonds, Beachbody gives you a larger quarterly bonus every single quarter. Now, most of you have seen people post, and I've never been a big fan of people putting their Star Diamond bonuses on Facebook to recruit. I'm just not that type of person. But all of us have seen people put their Star Diamond bonuses on Facebook, right? And what I have noticed over the last 3 years is that 15-star Diamond bonus, which my first summit in 2009 was $135,000 a quarter. That's a freaking lot of money. I remember 2 people being up on stage holding gigantic check. There was only 2 15-star Diamonds in 2009. They were holding a $135,000 bonus check. And they got that 4 times that year. That's freaking sweet. That's about $500,000 being 15-star Diamond. And I think the last 15-star Diamond bonus was somewhere around $30,000. And I hear the next one's even going to be somewhere around $25,000 because that 15-star Diamond pool is being more and more diluted every single quarter. And what I mean by diluted is as you get more and more 15-star Diamonds, they're all sharing the same pot, which hasn't really grown to be any different amount. That pot is set up by Beachbody to be a certain amount each year based on their earnings. And all the 15-star Diamonds share that. So that isn't as lucrative as it used to be to go for 15-star Diamond. There's so many coaches now who are shifting their mindset to build multiple business centers and to go after that 15-star Diamond quarterly bonus. So I think it's smart, and this is me, to build multiple business centers because if you had multiple business, let's say you had 3 business centers at 5-star Diamond or higher, you stand to make $7,000 in each one. Okay, that's a total of $21,000 a week if you have enough volume for it. Whereas a 15-star Diamond, okay, is only going to be paid at a 10-star rank, making $12,000 a week. So $12,000 a week potential as a 15-star Diamond, or $21,000 a week as a triple 5-star Diamond. Which one's more lucrative? So that's what you have to understand. Multiple business centers at Star Diamond ranks over the course of time will build to multiple Star Diamond ranks and pay you more money than a 15-star Diamond where you've kind of neglected your other business centers. Now, I'm not saying 15-star Diamonds neglect their other business centers because it's been proven by great friends of mine and incredible coaches like Janelle Summers, Lindsay Matway, Melanie Mitro, that they can do that 15-star Diamond in multiple centers. That is impressive, okay? I'm not them. I can't duplicate what they can do. You know, that's just not my niche. As a guy, for me, my niche market is the P90X Body Beast insanity type crowd. I go to a gym each day and I work out. I still recruit belly to belly a lot. What I mean by belly to belly, I still open my mouth and say hi to people and I talk to them. I'm still introducing myself at my kids' school. I'm very old school when it comes to this business. I have embraced Facebook ads. I have embraced Instagram. I have embraced a lot of the tools that a lot of these wonderful multi-15-star business coaches are doing. But I'm still very old school in the way that I recruit, so I can't duplicate what Melanie, what Lindsay, and those do what they can. I bet a lot of you could. I bet a lot of you could do that, and you probably are working toward that. But it's still very smart to understand in your business where you want to go with it. Again, you get anything from this call, it's you're either going for certainty or you're going for recognition. You have to figure that out, and you should make that decision by no later than 5-star diamond, because the reason I say 5 is because you have made that balance in your business. You have 2 and 3 on one leg, or 3 and 2. So you still have good balance. You can work toward, if you want that recognition, you can work toward 10 and 15 and have that balance and do it as easily as possible. Here's a quiz. Most 15-star diamonds don't hit it with 15 diamonds only. They hit it with 20 or 21 because they had that unbalanced leg. And finally, when they got that diamond, that additional diamond that made them 15-star, the 7 and 8, and they finally got that there, they had so many on the other leg, they jumped up past 20. But you don't get recognized for 20-star diamond. It stops at 15 or superstar diamond. So that's why I say if you're going to take anything from this call, figure out what you are driven by, and when you get to that 5-star range, kick ass from there. Figure out if you're going for 15-star and the quarterly bonuses, or if you're going for multiple business centers and the ability to make additional income. Now, the last thing I want to talk about here, and then we're going to take some questions. I know we're getting into that 940 range, is what I call, and this is something that most coaches do not know, the hidden gem in our comp plan. I bet you even Chelsea and some of your rock star Emma are going to basically say, you know what, I had kind of heard about that, but man, that is the most lucrative part of our comp plan. It's called the matching bonus. I don't know how many of you have really looked at the matching bonus and said, man, I don't know what this is, but I want to make more of it, okay? The matching bonus is basically you make a matching bonuses off of, I'm going to give you an example. When you're a multi-star diamond coach and you start to develop diamond coaches, if you're a 5-star coach, right? That means you got 5 diamonds and your personally sponsored care. You start to get matching bonuses even earlier than that, but those matching bonuses are starting to become significant. They're diamond coaches. You can now make 10% of what your diamond coaches or higher make each week in their cycle bonuses. So let's say Chelsea's my coach and Emma's my coach, and they both make $10,000 this week, which I'm sure Chelsea and Emma are well on their way of doing. But when they make $10,000 in a week, they're diamond coaches. I, as their coach, make $1,000, 10%. I make 10% of what they're making because they make $10,000 in cycles because they're rock star, 10-star diamond coaches, and they've stopped there. And they're making $10,000. I get $1,000 a week. So I'm going to give you a point in case. One of my good friends, Janelle Summers, 15-star diamond coach. She's got 15 diamonds, and the volume to realize that, but she's also got 15 diamonds. She makes an additional, $1,000 a week for every diamond that she has in her business center as a matching bonus. That's above and beyond the cycle bonuses. And I have heard through the grapevine, she has many as 30 diamonds in a business center. That's uncapped. The matching bonus is uncapped. I have heard that some of these rockstar 15-star diamond coaches and higher, who, as I just told you, realistically have more than 15 stars to get to that 15-star. Some of them have 20 or 25 to maintain that 15-star rank. They're making an additional $20,000, $25,000 a week in the matching bonuses because they're coaches who have reached that diamond rank or higher, are multi-star diamonds themselves, making great income, $10,000 a week. So they're getting all this additional income from the matching bonus. Everybody understand what I mean by the matching bonus and how that is the hidden gem in our comp plan. Now, comp plans can change. Being a member of the CAB for 2 years and serving all of you, I know the health of the comp plan is very good right now. There's no There's no immediate need to change the comp plan. So as long as the comp plan states where it is right now, the matching bonus is a hidden gem in our comp plan. That is where you can make an unlimited amount of money depending on how many diamonds you have in your business center. You know, me on average, I make somewhere in the vicinity of an additional $3,000 to $4,000 a week in matching bonuses. That's pretty significant from the amount of diamonds I have spread around my business centers. So the matching bonus is something that I want you guys to not to get focused and obsessed with as you grow your business. I want you guys to really take the bulk of this conversation, the analogy between the ceiling and the amount of people in your room, rank and volume, and build that way effectively, and then make that decision if you're going for recognition or certainty. But when you get to that point where you're starting to make a significant amount of money, pay attention to that matching bonus. Really pay attention to how that's growing. The matching bonuses, and I bet you Chelsea and Emma, some of the people that I really know on here, will shake their head that matching bonus starts to become significant as you grow your business. That's really where, and the reason why you see some of the top coaches in the network with continuing to do 15-star business centers, because the matching bonus is so lucrative for them. You know, like I keep saying, drilling in your head, most of those 15-star diamond coaches don't have just 15-star diamonds in that center. They have multiple, probably 25 or 30 to get to that 15 because of the way the unbalance works. And that's all matching income that they get to make unlimited from. So there's another reason why 15-star might be a little bit more lucrative as you go down the road, not because of the 15-star diamond bonus pool, but because of that matching bonus is so significant. So that's another reason why maybe recognition, for those that like the recognition, that's something to look forward to, a carrot, as you get higher in your certain CVC that's got all the diamonds. So Chelsea, I mean, that's a very abbreviated, just to give you an idea, me and Jason just spoke in Boston and Connecticut at the Super Saturdays last weekend, and this same discussion went about 2.5 hours. So this can go, we have a whole big PowerPoint presentation that we give when we travel. I know we're looking at going a couple places this coming April, and then again looking at July traveling. I'm going to give this discussion to a small degree at the Men's Leadership Conference in Dallas in May. But this discussion can go so much deeper, but I wanted to try to make the best use of our time here to kind of give everybody the 9, 10-star sweet spot ultimate, the 15-star decision, the matching bonus, and the whole idea of understanding that as rank and volume go together, it should be looked at as a ceiling and the amount of people in your room. They really have to go together. You have to, rank is basically permission to earn, and volume is the ability to earn that rank. So hopefully by some questions here, you guys are not too damn confused, but this is a very unsexy topic when it comes to everything that we see from Beachbody. They talk about the cups and the team challenges and all the recognition and but this is the stuff that may be unsexy, but it's totally sexy when you start to make great money and understand the comp plan. So
I think financial freedom's pretty sexy. And lots of money just thrown on all my friends.
It's very sexy.
I've been in this for a while. I've been in here the longest on my team, and I learned a lot tonight. And it's a good refresher for some of the stuff that I might have pushed aside. But yeah, you should come to Phoenix.
Hey, you know what? If my Spartans would have made the college football finals, I would have been in Phoenix this past weekend or a couple weekends ago, but just didn't happen.
Next time.
Next time. But yeah, I would love to come to Phoenix. That's one of the things I love doing right now is traveling and trying to teach people, as many people as possible, the comp plan, because it's so necessary so people don't build the wrong way and all of a sudden realize they should have built a different way. If you guys print off the comp plan, read it, take this video and watch it ad nauseum and understand the comp plan, there's no reason why you're not going to be at where some of your leaders are, or myself, or my coach Jason, or some of the awesome coaches in this network over time. Every single one of you, I don't give a crap who you are. Every single person I'm looking at on this call has the ability to be, be in the Millionaires Club or be a Financial Freedom Award winner. It's a decision. It's your decision and your choice to make this business work. And if you want to make it work, there's nothing that can stop you. Nothing. So, any questions? Clear as mud?
If anyone has any questions, just unmute. While they're thinking, I have one question, Jeff. I think it would be interesting. What is maybe like one of the most common mistakes you see coaches make when it comes to volume or building?
When it comes to volume or building, not understanding that the comp plan quits paying you at 10-star. That's what I see from the majority of the people I talk to. How many people do not realize that 10-star diamond is the cap? That is the ultimate financial goal when it comes to building your business. Most people just hear about superstar diamond and they think that 15-star diamond, oh, that must be $17,000 a week. They don't realize the comp plan quits paying you early on. So that's the number one biggest mistake, is that people don't understand that rank just doesn't, it stops at 10-star. And rightfully so, people get confused because they see so many people just being celebrated at 15-star, which they should. That's an awesome achievement, but you should really understand what that really means in their business. So that's the thing that I see all the time. The other big thing that I see, mistake being made all the time is, family placement. Where should I put a spouse? There's a misconception that your spouse should always be put on a weak leg. And that's true in a lot of sense, but I'm the case in point where there's also another way to do it. My spouse, my wife Dana, is the top of my strong leg. I purposely did that. I went against Jason's rules because I've done some research, and it's paid off for me. The reason it's paid off is because my wife's business center is the top of my strong leg, which means me and her, just one step removed with me, obviously, but me and her have the exact same 250,000 volume points every single week coming in that strong leg, which means I just have to build her weak leg to where my weak leg is in my first business center. And we have two $10,000 checks each week. So that's another reason why you may want to look at early on putting a spouse in a strong leg, because over the course of time, you have two incredibly strong legs very quickly, where you just have to build a weak leg. So there's case in points for both. There's nothing wrong with either one. It's just an argument to put a spouse on a strong leg as well.
I did the exact same thing with my husband, and I thought it was a mistake for the longest time. So I'm glad to hear that. Okay, who else has a question? Jen?
Yes, of course. So obviously, Jeff, you're really great at recruiting and training your coaches. So my question is like, what is your strength when it comes to recruiting coaches? Like you had mentioned, you do a lot of face-to-face. Do you lead with recruiting coaches, or do you do the traditional, hey, you want to get healthy with me, join a challenge group? What's your philosophy as far as recruiting?
Most of you are going to be surprised by this answer. And it's not necessarily by choice. It's just the way it's worked out. I bring on 3 to 4 coaches a month. Okay, I'm not bringing on 30, like you hear some coaches doing. I have done the 10 coaches or more a month, and I probably could still do that. But the reality of it is, I really feel that every coach that I bring on deserves my attention, deserves my dedication to them, and they signed on to be a coach because they believed in something that I stood for. I don't want to sign so many coaches, Jen, that I forget about all the people I sign. They easily fall between the cracks. Yes, I'm a good recruiter, and it comes for me, through Facebook, Instagram, from those belly-to-belly conversations. It comes with leading a very positive lifestyle that I think people want to be a part of. I'm not a salesman. I never have. Believe it or not, this is the first time I've ever done network marketing, and to have this level of success, I realized very early on I couldn't let it change who I was. So I subscribe to the whole recruiting mentality of, I want people to want to be associated with me because they relate to me, because I'm relatable. Not because I'm putting up my paycheck every single week saying, hey, do you want to make this? I want people who want to live a better life because of what I do and what I stand for. So that's how I recruit. I'm a firm believer of nobody cares how much you know until they know how much you care. That's something that I live by, and I've told all my coaches that if you ever see me changing and caring more about something that I said I would never care about as much, I want you to tell me. So I really kind of rely on my team to keep me in check. So that's kind of the mentality. And of those 3 or 4 coaches, about half of them come from social media, from Instagram or Facebook. And I would say half of them come from belly-to-belly contact or referral. I get a lot of people by referral. So I'm very old school. I don't want to bite off any more than I can chew. And at the maturity of my business, I can afford to be a little bit picky right now. So I hope that helped.
Jeff, thank you so much, and I want to respect your time because I know you had something you needed to do, and we've kept you on 5 minutes longer. So I appreciate it. There's so many ahos. I have pages of notes, and I learned several things, and I know the rest of the team did too. So thank you so much for being on this call. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. If I'm Facebook friends with any of you guys, throw something on my wall. Tell me you got a question, or tell me if you enjoyed this. It helped. I would love to get some feedback. So
perfect. Thanks, Jeff. And if anybody does have any specific questions, if Emma